Hey everyone, Noah here with another Transformers review. This time this figure is a bit older than the last Transformer I reviewed. This is Siege Starscream, more specifically the 24th Siege figure, Voyager Class Starscream. I have been looking for this guy and Soundwave for like 5 months, so it's been kind of hard to look around for them. I've looked everywhere. Well, actually, when I started looking for them, I only searched my local Target because I believe that was the best place to find them. Little did I know that Walmart was better, even though I still have not found a single worthy Captain America. But anyway, so this is Starscream. He's in the package. You can see there it says Siege, War For Cybertron trilogy. This nice artwork here. It's not my favorite that I have from the line. This might be my least favorite artwork, right up there with Hounds, but don't know. I kind of like it. And then on the back it shows the figure in both modes, and then how the Battle Masters can operate with that. I've been looking for some Battle Masters. Haven't been able to find any since like 3 months ago, so it's unfortunate. Then down here we've got that incredible Siege artwork, and then top, that, bottom, that stuff. So I'm gonna get this guy opened up and we can take a look at him in vehicle mode. So here is his like plane mode. This is based off the first episode of the G1 cartoon, where where the Seekers form into a jet, kind of like this, except it's a full triangle. It doesn't really have wings that go like that. They're just flat angles, or lines, I guess. Anyway, let's go over some of the details. So he does have kind of a lot of kibble underneath, as Starscream has always had, which I can show some examples of later on. But he's just got his legs and arms like pegged in there, then his null ray cannons there. If you want to, you can find a way to take all that off and just have the plain shell. You could actually have almost like the entire 2 modes from just getting one of these, except like Starscream wouldn't have the wings, or the in robot mode he wouldn't have his wings or the intake vents at the top of his next to his head. So anyway, it starts off, the nose is a bit it's got some blue on it, and then like this entire vehicle mode is got some of the battle damage, which I think is cool. I'm okay with the battle damage on most of the figures. I just took it off of Optimus, Megatron, and Hound because I wanted to. Soundwave didn't, or Shockwave didn't really have any. The only one that I'm not really a fan of the battle damage on is Soundwave and Sound Blaster, because I don't think that their cassette doors should have been like the way that it was, and you can't really remove that easily, as I wouldn't know of experience, but I've heard and seen things. But anyway, there's a Decepticon logo there. Actually, before I got the figure, I thought I had this weird memory of it being on there, but it's not. So I don't know, might be a Mandela effect or something. Crossing universes, because that's totally plausible. But then there's some red over here and here. There's like simulated intakes, and then a vent up here with a tab slot there. the back is his robot mode chest and 3 like exhaust tips, and then there's actually 5mm pegs in his like exhaust bits at the bottom that form his feet in robot mode. So if you wanted to, you could actually do this and have it like standing up like that. I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, his null rays are down here. I think that's what they're called. Pretty sure that's their term, but they're on kind of a loose connection in that hole on the shoulder, but yeah, so that's the plane mode. Now let's talk about things you can do with this. So there are 2 ports for this. There's this one, which I don't like because it's the red and the gray parts are at different like elevations, I guess you could say. So the stand doesn't really go in there easily. But there's also a hole right there. And what you can do is take a like SH Figure Art stand or a Revoltech stand and just plop it in the hole. It's a bit hard to line up, but you can do it. This stand is a bit weak. I've used it a lot in things, but yeah. There you go. So you can get the jet mode in the air. I find this pretty cool. Those pegs, the one that it's pegged into right now, the one in between the knees, actually can be used in robot mode as well. Anyway, let's size comparison. So for size comparison, here I have Prime Beast Hunter Starscream. This is the deluxe class from like, how long ago was that? 2014, so about 5 years, I think. Yeah, because it was like the year before RID 2015 started. So there's a big size difference here. Don't know where his missiles went, but I do have his buzzsaw thing right over here. So there you go. There's the most of the figure, actually. Pretty sure you could. Yeah. Yep, that makes sense. And then here is Siege Starscream next to Animated Starscream. And these are Siege, Animated, and Prime Starscream. Prime Beast Hunter Starscream are the only 3 Starscreams that I have ever had, excluding the Hallmark ornament from last year. So, yeah, these are both Voyager class, and yeah, you can just see like how smaller the Transformers have gotten in like 12 years. Because this came out in like 2007 or 2008, so about 12 years, yeah. But anyway, here is Megatron in tank mode. So if you wanted that, he'd kind of be like up here or higher, where you can't see him on the screen anymore. So yeah, they work together. They're from the same line. Of course they work together. Here he is next to a deluxe scale Hound from Siege. So Titans Return Quake. This is also a deluxe class figure, so. And then here he is next to Studio Series Bumblebee movie Bumblebee. Yay. Now we get to transform it. Alright. So for transformation, what you want to do first, to make it a bit easier, is take off the null rays. Then, go to the back, pull this forward. I know that there were stories of this not being very secure. Mine is fairly secure on there. I haven't had to change it, put a pin through it yet, even though I might. I'm not planning on doing so at the moment. Anyway, do that, then you take this bit here, pull that forward, and then push that in. Take the wings, separate them from the body. They tab in here and into those slots there. So you want to just pull up with it. Then you take the entire top of the, well, essentially the entire plane bit, and just pull that up. And then I've weakened the pegs on this because I've taken it apart so much that it's fairly easy to just separate that. And then what you do, take the arms and pull them away from the legs, like so. Take the legs and pull them down. Turn the waist around. Open up the feet like so. Then you can pull this chest down and tab that in. Pull the head up. Take this panel on the back of the head, untab that and push it into the back of the body. There's a little gap right there. Then these tabs will go into these slots. It's not very easy to get in there sometimes, so there you go. And then you take the arms, open up this panel, fold out the hands, and then just pull it down to where the arm is formed. Do the same on the other side. Pull that down, and there you have Starscream. Now all you gotta do is just put on the guns again. You can either put them right there or in that hole there. It looks more accurate to like the show and to the original toy if you put it right there. So there is Starscream. So like I mentioned before, he does have a stand adapter, so you can use that if you want to get some aerial poses, or these little like things right here. The way that they work pretty well like on thumbtacks. You can hang them on the wall or something. I'm actually going to need to raise the camera up a bit. This doesn't reveal much new detail that we haven't already seen, but there is some more scuffing on the arms here, some on the legs, or the shins, I guess, and then on the inner wing there's a Decepticon symbol. Mine seems to have bled into some of the detail lines, and then there's a red stripe. This is on both sides. This one didn't bleed as much, but this head sculpt is pretty nice. I quite like it. I kind of think that he should either be like smiling or smirking, but I know that either Thundercracker or Skywarp has that head, and once I get them, I'm probably going to swap out the heads. It should be easy enough to change it, because like that light piping might take the head apart. So, but yeah, he does have light piping. I don't have a way of showing it right now, except for taking it up to one of these lights, and then there you go. It kind of goes through the wings and the canopy right here. So it's an interesting design choice, but yeah. So for articulation at the head, it can go all the way around, and there's a little, it's on a ball joint, but it's also on a hinge type thing, so it can go like up and a bit down, but with the ball joint it can look up that far and look down that far. and it's got some side to side tilting. His arms can go all the way around and out, like a little bit less than 90 degrees. There's a forward moving joint there. He's got a double jointed elbow that goes in that far, and then his wrist is on a swivel, you know, in there. This flap is a bit loose for me, so it doesn't really move freely, or it moves too freely for me. And then the wings can go back and forward. That's the maximum forward, and then that's maximum back. And then they have like different ranges of like that. You can have it like looking like that or like that. And then at the torso, he's got a waist swivel there. He can kick forward that far and back that far, and then he can do a full splits because of the way that the hinge, or the way that the hips are engineered. He's got a thigh swivel there, a very nice knee that goes to there initially, but then the spring-loaded panel can flip in and give you more depth in that. The foot can move forward that far, back that far, and then the toes and the heel are adjustable because they're on hinges, and then he's got a slight ankle pivot there. So there's Starscream's articulation. It's pretty nice, I guess. You can get quite a lot of poses from it, so yeah. And now for size comparisons, let's see. Starscream to the top of his head is just under 6 inches tall. To the top of his things is about 6.5. A bit over 6.5 inches tall. To the top of his like air intake things. So for size comparisons, here he is next to Voyager animated Starscream. So you can't even fit all the way into the frame. So that's fantastic. This figure is one of my favorites of all time. Animated might just be my favorite TV show ever, just because it's Transformers animated. And then here he is next to Prime Beast Hunters modified by me, Starscream. So this is deluxe class from like 5 years ago, and then this is Voyager class from this year, a few months ago actually. So yeah, it's pretty whack. Here is Starscream next to Deluxe Quake. Actually, you know what? I can make this go faster. I just put Hound right there. Yep. You can see the variation in size of like 3 years between, no, about 2 years between Quake and Hound. Hound is a lot shorter than Quake is, but yeah. And then here's the comparison between Starscream, Megatron, and Bumblebee movie. Bumblebee. So if you wanted to use this as a Bumblebee movie Blitzwing, you just need to like change out the head, because that should have been Starscream. But and then this would kind of be the perfect like Bumblebee movie, like Bumblebee 2 Megatron design. Just like that. Just take the Siege figure and use that as inspiration. And then here he is next to Walmart re-release G1 Soundwave, my last video before this one. I'm pretty sure it should be. filming this before that video is released, so yay. But yeah, so here you have those two. I have said that I'm using this as the sound wave in my Siege display, or my general transform, most likely all generations display, including a bit of Prime. So some, until I can find the actual Siege one. So, and then here he is next to Power of the Prime's Jazz, just because it's another deluxe class. You can also see how small Hound is compared to him, just a bit shorter. And then we've got Starscream next to Devastator. The like wide release Devastator from Hasbro. So and then if we move him aside, take him out of the picture, we have Starscream from Siege next to the Hallmark ornament. I don't have a G1 Starscream yet. Still kind of looking for one. I kind of want to get every G1 re-release that Walmart's going to put out. So, but here he is next to the scaled down Hallmark ornament from last year. I'm pretty sure they're doing a Bumblebee this year, so I'll probably do a video on that or something. But yeah, so now it's time for final thoughts. Alright, so for my final thoughts on the figure, I think it's pretty great. It's probably the best Starscream we're going to get for a while, because before this one it was kind of the classics mold, and then after that we didn't really get a good one until this one, because Power of the Prime Starscream was trash, and Leader Class Combiner War Starscream wasn't very good. I think Takara did make a Ghost Starscream for Combiner Wars that actually did turn into a limb of a Combiner or something, but this is the best like G1 Starscream that you can get for Generations. It's pretty great. It's a pretty great figure. There's a lot of posability here, and the reintroduction of light piping into the Generations line is greatly appreciated by a lot of people, especially me. I love that. Like, the closest we got in Power of the Primes was like the blue headlights on Jazz, because you could put a light under them and they would kind of show through, but it just wasn't the same, you know? But yeah, so that's it from me. Love this figure. If you can find it, recommend getting it. I'm also trying to find some more Siege, like I mentioned, Soundwave, as well as Laserbeak, Ravage, when Rumble comes out. When the Rumble and Ratbat 2-pack comes out, I probably will be looking for that. And then I also want the cell shaded look for Megatron and Optimus that Walmart's putting out, I think. And just a whole bunch of them. Like, the entire line is fantastic in my opinion. There's only like 3 that I don't want. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm gonna go now and probably sleep or something. I'm tired. Bye.